So on the other day, I was writing about Am I Enough? And I was talking about some of the things that I'm dealing with in this season of my life. Some of the load that I'm dealing with now because it seems like it's a little bit heavier at this time because of some of the things I'm taking on. And one of those things that I feel like that really was getting to me is my PhD program. I started back in my PhD program in May. I started in May, and I have found myself doubting myself throughout the program. Now, although I was getting good scores on my assignments, I still felt that voice of doubt just coming back up, telling me to quit, or you're not good enough, or you don't have nothing to contribute to this program or to this industry of media. You don't belong. So it was like dealing with those voices that I had to realize I need to tell myself a new narrative because unconsciously I was dealing with a past failure in school. When I graduated with my associate's degree, I decided to go into this architecture program, and throughout that architecture program, I only took for a summer. It was very horrible. I wasn't really passing anything. I felt like some of the stuff teachers were requiring us to do, I felt I was doing it right, but in their eyes, I was doing it wrong, and I just felt so discouraged during that time. So I completely just failed that program. So after coming out of the summer program, I decided to switch colleges, and then I finally graduated my bachelor's degree. But I did not realize that maybe I was still holding on to that failure back in my mind. And now as I go forward, trying to pursue, higher degrees, it's like, oh, you failed at that program, you're gonna fail at this one. You know nothing about it. You don't have what it takes. And it's just fighting those voices that, you know what, I need to stand up for myself and I need to create a new narrative. I am smart enough, I can conquer it, I can handle it. So this just going back to change the narrative. I think, some of us are still holding on to old stories, old things we're telling ourselves, and we're trying to push forward, we're trying to move forward to different things, but it's not seem like it's coming together because we're still holding on to the old lies, the old stories, the old failures, and we have to let those things go. Even right now, I'm preparing to enter 2023 with a different mindset because there's some things I do want to tackle, some things I do want to go after, finally fully go after. When I say fully go after that, I'm actually going to put in the required time to get it off the ground. Business is one of them. I have some business ideas around my writing, some of my creativity things I want to get off the ground. And I found myself I will go into it, I'll put some time into it, then I'll draw back. I'll put some time into it, then I'll draw back. Because the narrative that I was believing in my head is that, Shakur, you're a nobody. Who's going to buy your books? Who's going to listen to what you have to say? And that narrative, I found that narrative going back to my childhood, dealing with people always had something to say about me. It just never failed. And I had to realize that I had to let that go. In order for me to move forward, I got to tell myself something different. That, hey, Shakur, that happened in the past. That's not who you are now. And we also have to understand about lies. Devil can use anybody. He need bodies. So he can speak through anybody just to get back at you. And you have to know this is a spiritual war. So it wasn't the people that were talking about me. It was really the devil using them to get to me, to put the lies toward me so I would not fully go after what God has for me. So I had to realize that, hey, it's time to change that narrative of thinking that you're a nobody, that you are somebody. People do need your work. People do need what you have to say. And even now when I talk about the PhD, talk about going to business, even me being as a mom. Now, yes, some people do know my testimony as a single mom, and I'm, keep sharing that. And I don't really mind keep sharing some things about that because I do believe people need to hear that you can overcome some mistakes and certain things that we do in life we feel like we can't bounce back from, but I definitely am a witness that you can bounce back from that. And even now, I'm about to celebrate my son's 10th birthday in about 2 more weeks. And I'm excited and just really, I know I want to have to take time and just sit back and think about, some things I went through and trying to raise him up to this point, some of the financial things, emotional things, even dealing with him having this trouble in school and just going through those things and just feel like I really am by myself because I had to deal with a bulk of some of those stuff. But I also have to look at, the good things that came out of that. I'm seeing my son grow and mature. And, even though we did had our hard seasons and some of those things, 'cause, of course, when kids are little, we think that's the most amazing time, which it is. But you also got to know that's the growing time that you really do have to discipline, time you really have to get them on the right path. And I just thank God for how you just brought me through those moments. And yet, even now, I'm preparing my mind to now he's going to be 10 and soon in that teenage stage, and how I need to orchestrate things, how I need to get things in order in my own life. Because I believe as a parent, you need to have things ordered in your life first, so your kids can benefit for that. They get on the right path. I don't believe in doing it backwards and putting him on the right path, and I'm not on the right path. I believe in being that example. So just even thinking about those things, juggling being a single mom, trying to get into business, be a PhD student, at the same time I'm a full-time worker and employee myself. So I had to just, just sit back and just had to have this little self-talk with myself, like, Shakura, this is your load. And if this is assigned to you, I do believe that you can handle it. Now, I do believe some people think that, oh, you may be doing a little bit too much, but I do honestly have the faith in this when I say this, that people, when you're made for more, you're made for more. And it may look like a heavy load to someone else, but it's actually the right load assigned to you, because you're becoming that person that can handle it. You're becoming that person that can deal with it. And I also have to notice, even by myself now, that I am changing. And it's a good thing. I'm changing. I'm learning how to get my schedule in. I'm learning how to make rest a priority, because although I have certain things going on, I have to remember that rest is important. I've learned that no is a good thing. No is a good thing. I can't say no. I used to be afraid of saying no because I thought, oh, I'm disappointed this person may not like me no more. But I had to understand something. I'm only one person. I cannot do everything. I can't run over here, run over there, and do this and do that. No is a good thing. No is beautiful. So don't be afraid to say that. Make a rest a priority, and also putting my main focus on what I have been given to do. Not looking at what everybody else is doing, not looking at what this person over there, or trying to do this and that. Just putting all my focus on what I have been given to do, and just keeping my my gaze looking forward, straight. Not over here, not over there, up there, down there, keeping it forward, keep it straight forward. So I want to just, give out this, I guess it can be some encouragement to you just to put this out there, because I do believe sometimes when we're taking on new things, new ventures, we just automatically go into this doubt mode, this fear mode, which is fine. It's okay. We deal with those things, but you do have to know that you are enough to be whoever God created you to be. You are enough to handle those businesses, to be that mom, that great mom, wherever whatever dreams that you have in your heart, that God gave you, that you are enough to just fulfill those things. Because when He made you, He put everything inside you then. And what you have to do now is start pulling them out. So yes, you are changing. Change is good. I'm not ashamed to say that, hey, I am changed. I'm not the person I used to be in my 20s. Even now, I say in my early 30s, well, I'm 33 now, but I say turn 30, 31, each year I'm changing. I used to think one way, now I'm thinking a new way. I used to think I have to please everybody, and now I'm at this point, no, I'm not going to please everybody. That's impossible. Hey, I have other things that I commit to, and I'm going to learn how to say no, and going to have to learn how to say yes to things I know I can handle at this time in my life. So it's just realizing that, hey, you do have to change the narrative. You cannot believe the old things. You cannot believe what someone said about you in the past, or what things you have done in the past. If you have asked God forgiveness for those things, don't keep holding those things over your head, because it's going to stop you from moving forward. It's going to stop you from going after everything that God has for you. And I hate for people to live a life that's less than. I want everybody to live a full life. Even everybody that's watching this video, I want you to live a full life. Don't just settle for less than. Live that full life. And yes, that comes with changing. Maturity is still a thing. Growth is still a thing. Even if you decide to get married, or even become a parent, or get like a management job, or wherever, whatever life change that is, it always requires a certain level of maturity and growth, a certain change, so you can sustain it. So you can, have that great marriage. You can enjoy your career. You can enjoy being a parent, whether you're a single parent or you're married or wherever your situation is, that you can enjoy in that position. And not saying don't come with trials, but you can actually enjoy it because you're changed. You learn how to mature, you learn how to sacrifice. So I hope y'all have a lovely day, and just want to encourage you that change the narrative about what you believe in. Make sure you stay focused, and don't worry about the doubt, the fear that come in your head. That's something everybody deal with. You got to know how to overcome that, and don't let that get you down. So y'all stay blessed.